Master Detective. This is the story of a man known the world over as one of the most daring and resourceful characters in the history of detective fiction. A man whose name has become a symbol of the triumph of right and justice over the sinister forces of crime and lawlessness. Nick Carter, Master Detective. Today's exciting case, Nick's search for the murderer who placed Adolf Hitler's brand on the jaw of a dead man. The body in the ice. There are many strange customs throughout the world, but perhaps the strangest is that of the Arctic Club. You've seen the Arctic Club in action in movies, newspapers, and magazines. In the dead of winter, the members don bathing suits and go for a swim. This morning, with the mercury hovering around 10 above zero, a shivering group of newspapermen gathers on the snow-crusted beach to report the strange activities of the Arctic Club.
Okay. Just a few more minutes, folks. I want to line up some more pictures. Cold out here. Hey, will a couple of you club members clamp up some of that snow and make like you're having a snowball fight? Hey, Joe, get a shot at that.
You want to race a big snowball?
Yes, just throw the snow, Mr.
McGlynn. Rondo McGlynn. With two ends.
Yeah, just throw the snow, Mr. McGlynn.
Don't smile like they're enjoying it.
We are enjoying it. This is the healthiest sport in the world. If more people would...
Okay, swell. You moving guys finished yet?
Have the one in the red suit to face the camera.
Mr. McGlynn. Face the camera, Mr. McGlynn.
Okay. Hey, look, tell him to say something about the club. Hold the mic close up to him somewhere, will you? Yeah, give it over, Joe. You've got fur gloves on. Makes you look comfortable.
Okay. Just talk into this microphone, Mr.
McGlynn. Waldo McGlynn with two ends.
Hi, everybody. Go ahead, Mr. McGlynn.
Okay. Well, my friends and me started the Arctic Club in 1910. Now, the 50th in every month, rain or shine, we meet and take a dip in the health-giving waters of the ocean. It's easy in the summertime, but in the winter, like now, when it's below freezing, you take plenty of intentional fortitude. A daily swim in the winter is the best way to fight off cold, flu, grip, pneumonia, and... All right. That's
Let's get the swimming shot started. Mr.
McGlynn.
Yes, I know. With two ends.
Yeah.
Well, if your club is ready for the dip, we can get started now.
Okay. Come on, boys. Last one in the right name.
Criminy, will you look at them idiots heading for the water? They'll have to break through the ice before they can get in.
You get a shot of that old goat looking at the thermometer?
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
We'll have to have them guys run into the water all over again. That camera wasn't ready.
Okay. Don't call them back yet. They gotta break through that ice first anyway. When they get it cleared, we'll get it.
Holy smoke, what's happened now?
I don't know. They're gonna see. Come on.
You don't think one of them's drowned?
Trap them around in the ice? How?
I don't know. I was just hoping for a story.
Hey, you reporter. You better put in a call with the Carter and hurry it up.
Hey, what's the matter?
We just found something in the ice.
Found something in the ice?
Yeah, look.
Holy jumping. Will you look at that?
There's your story, Joe.
Frozen solid in that big hunk of ice. It's a dead body.
Miss Carter's office, Patsy Bowen speaking.
Patsy, this is Waldo.
Where are you, Waldo? You were supposed to report early this morning.
Let me talk to Nick, will you?
Well, just a minute. It's Waldo, miss. He wants to talk to you.
All right. Yes, Waldo?
Nick, boy, you gotta come out here right away.
Come out where?
To the Tubside Beach.
Why?
To clear my character. Lieutenant here to declare that after 30 years of honorable...
Now, let's get this straight, Waldo. Who's throwing mud on your character?
Sergeant Mathison.
Matty?
Yeah, and he...
Waldo, are you mixed up in a homicide?
It's all circumstantial, Nick. It's all circumstantial. We were going in for a morning swim.
When? This brother?
Sure, it was the Arctic Club.
All right.
And when we cleared away the ice, we found a carpet delicate in the ice.
A body in the ice?
Yeah, that's right. And when Matty got here, he accused me of gladness there for publicity. That's how I'm president of the Arctic Club. But, Nick, I swear...
All right, Waldo, say it. Sit tight and wait. Patsy and I'll drive right over. That's the first I've seen out there.
It sounds like a practical joke to me.
Me too.
one of the reasons why I came out.
And now you're accusing Waldo of planting a body. It doesn't make sense.
Another reason for this trip. And you...
Look at all those men in bathing suits. Give me the shivers.
Oh, there's Waldo. Talking to Maddie.
Hey, close that door. You want to give us all the warning us?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I know we got to stand around you know. Oh, Nick. Nick, boy, you don't know how glad I am to see you.
Hello, Waldo. Hello, Maddie. Oh, Nick. Hiya, Patsy.
Oh,
Say, what's all this about Waldo planning a cross?
you're not serious about accusing Waldo,
It's ridiculous. It's a demonstration of the stupidity of the law and its officers. I'm being framed to solve a case which, if I was on it, I could clear up in 24 hours.
All right, Waldo. You and the rest can get dressed and go on home.
You're in the clear.
Yeah, you're in the clear, Buffalo Bill.
Why,
You think I'd keep you hanging around here making phone calls if I really thought you were mixed up in this?
Huh?
I just wanted to get Nick out here.
Why, you talk
Never mind. I was afraid of that.
Why, Sergeant? That's practically blackmail.
Look, Patsy, I'd blackmail my old grandmother to get Nick out of this case. It's a stinker. Come on out to the beach and take a look at the body.
Nick, are we going to let Maddie push us into this case?
Oh, now, Patsy.
Well, Patsy, since we're out here, might as well take a look. It'll be on our credit list the next time we have a run-in with Maddie's red tape.
All right, this is it, Nick. We just hauled it a little way up onto the beach.
This is the body right now. Frozen solid in a chunk of ground ice.
What kind of ice?
Ground ice, also known as anchor ice. You can tell because it's granular, of course. See, in especially cold weather, ice sometimes forms in the bottom of the sea. Becomes thick enough to float large objects to the surface. For instance, sometimes ships that have been anchored have had their anchors float to the surface and have drifted for miles.
You mean that's what happened to this guy?
I do. His body was lying on the ocean bottom, held down by that weight around his waist.
But, Nick, that means he was murdered.
Yes, of course it does. While he was on the bottom, ground ice formed and finally buoyed him up.
What do you know?
Now, let's have that pickaxe, Matty.
Yeah.
We'll crack all the ice we can off the body, melt the rest off so we can just see what happened to it.
All right, here.
Nick, thanks. It's going to be a long job, but it's going to be done. Well, Matty, there's your body. Clear enough now of what happened.
Yeah, I'll say. Hey, would you look at the right side of that guy's head?
You smashed in.
Yes. Death must have been instantaneous. Entire temporal lobe smashed. Jaw broken, too.
Yeah, must have been quite a fight.
I'll tell you like that. What's this?
What is it, Nick?
Bruise in the side of his chin.
Oh, naturally, he must have been slugged there if his jaw was broken.
And we'll take a close look at that bruise.
Huh?
Nick, it's a swastika.
That's what it is.
Why,
Evidently the impression of a ring. Matty, will you tell me who wears a Nazi ring in this country?
Maybe an ex-soldier, civilian.
Yeah, possibly. That's pretty tough, touching it. Doesn't seem to be any identification on him. Now, wait. Here's something caught in his coat sleeve.
Huh?
the piece of rotten wood with a nail in it.
Probably came off the ocean bottom with him. Looks like the slat of a lobster pot to me. This is luck.
Hey, there's letters on it.
Yeah, it's burned on pretty crudely. Evidently the fisherman was marking his lobster pot. Let's see. There's an E.
E.
That's an L.
Well, yeah.
Last two letters of the name. Then C-E-L. D? Yeah, D. R. Can't make out the rest.
No.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Belgrade, small town about 30 miles up the coast.
You mean this coast stretches 30 miles?
I do. All right, Matty. There are your facts. Unidentified man was killed in the fight by someone wearing a Nazi ring. Was weighted down and dumped into the sea near Belgrade. Ground ice floated him up and down here. There's your case. Come on, Patsy.
Yeah. Oh, now, look, Nick, you're not walking out on me. Leaving me with this mess?
I certainly am.
But it's murder, Nick. You can't just go home and forget
Who said anything about going home? Patsy and I are going up to Belgrade to find out who wears Nazi rings. Sheriff Benham?
In the flesh, mister.
I'm Nick Carter. This is Miss Patsy Bowen, my secretary.
Carter? I don't know as though I recollect the name.
We've never met. I'm a detective. I'd like to ask you some questions.
About what?
I think someone may be missing from Belgrade, and I think I've found him.
I'm listening.
Short man, blonde, weight about 130, blue eyes, aquiline nose, large ears, heavy lips.
You found him? That's Charlie Hall. Where is he?
In the police morgue, dead.
Dead, eh?
Murdered.
Murdered, eh? Too bad. I wondered what had happened to him.
Who was he, Mr. Brennan?
Assistant in my store, at Brennan's grocery store. You can't support yourself on a sheriff's pay in Belgrade.
How long has Howell been missing, Mr. Brennan?
About 2 weeks. I thought he was out on a binge. I sent him out Friday night to make deliveries in the truck. He never showed up Saturday.
Did the truck?
Yeah. I guess he brought it back to the garage before he went, well, wherever he went.
Did it ever occur to you that the killer might have brought it back?
No. Never occurred to me Charlie was killed. He's been on bats before.
Anyone complain about non-delivery groceries that day?
No.
Chance Howell was killed after he finished work. There's an equal chance he was killed on the job. I have a list of Howell's delivery schedule for that Friday.
Don't see why you should.
But, Mr. Brennan, this is a murder case. Sure you want to
Now,
help.
look here, ma'am, and you too, Mr. Parker.
The name is Carter. Nick Carter.
Carter. Well, as far as I'm... Say, would you be any relation to old Sim Carter who broke the New England bank case?
He was my father.
Your father, eh? Well, why didn't you say so before? I'm glad to meet you, Carter. Shake. Well, your father was a great detective. You want Charlie's delivery schedule? Well, you get it. You get anything we got in this town.
Well, thanks. For a while, I thought all I was going to get was a cold shoulder.
It's getting dark, Nick.
Yeah,
I think it's going to snow.
maybe.
How many more stops do we have to make?
Howell was scheduled for 11 deliveries last Friday. We've covered 9.
Well, what's left?
Family by the name of Kane and that shooting club.
You think Belgrade would have a shooting club? But the tiny little town doesn't look like a resort.
Should have said ex-shooting club. Our business ex, just hanging out.
Oh.
Brennan said he very rarely sent anything out there.
You think Howell might have been killed at one of these last 2 places?
I don't know. We found out that he made the other 9 deliveries in person. He made these last 2 on a blind alley.
Someone might be lying.
And the question is, who?
Hmm.
We don't know what route Howell took. The killer was 9. Might have been the last.
That name Kane sounds suspicious. Wasn't Kane the original murderer?
Pretty far that reason, Patsy.
We're going into a crash.
You all right, Patsy?
I guess it's kind of like a milkshake.
Careful getting out.
Uh-huh.
Another 2 feet and we'd have ditched into the gully.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh. Started to hail.
Yeah, now let's see. Both rear tires shot away.
Oh.
Nice shooting. Car itself isn't damaged so much, though, luckily.
Oh, who's going to wreck us like this?
Someone who doesn't want the Howell case followed. I nominate the killer offhand.
The guy with the swastika ring? Well, do you think we went back, we could locate him?
I doubt it. How will they go on? Too dark to look for him. Not enough snow on the ground to trace footprints. Come on.
Where to?
The first warm house we find. It's going to be a freezing night. We can't sit here on a lonely back road with 2 flat tires and wait for help.
Nick,
Yes?
look down the road. A little to the left. I think I can see a light.
Huh? Oh, yes, I see it. Now, that's where we were headed when we crashed the shooting club. Well, we're going to make it in half an hour.
Half an hour in this storm? Oh, I wish Waldo were here. Waldo and his opposite club. He got us into this. There's the fire. Oh, I'm frozen yet. Hurry up and knock what I want to fire.
Okay, then. Car.
I answer.
Try again. Maybe they didn't hear us with their sleep storm raging to surround us.
Sonny? Nicky, maybe something's wrong inside. It's a swell night for murder.
Now, you do that. Try to do it. Now, lock.
You better go in. Got a funny feeling there are dead bodies in there. What? There's nothing in here. Why didn't they answer? What's the matter with them? They're standing around looking grim. Like ghosts.
How's that? Pardon me, Andy Carter. This is my secretary, Patsy Bowen. Our car cracked up outside and...
He didn't even notice you, Nick. He just walked by. Will one of you gentlemen be good enough to answer? Please, gentlemen. If this is a joke, we're not having any. Will you please answer? Will you at least indicate that you're alive? Will you say something? Anything!
Madam, don't shout.
Oh, blast the voice in the silence.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you come in. I was in the rear of the club. My name is Adams, secretary of the organization. You're the famous Nick Carter, aren't you? Yes, my pictures. And this lady? Miss Bowen, my secretary.
What kind of a club is this, Mr. Adams? Why does everyone ignore us?
It's something of a paradox, Miss Bowen. It's a new idea, recently formulated. This is a club for antisocial men. Antisocial, huh? They formed a club? Precisely. All our members are men who desire the sporting advantages of the club, but feel the social drawbacks. They formed this organization for that purpose. There's a strict club rule against all conversation, laughter, entertainment, women.
Well, I object to that.
And I'm sorry to say against visitors.
What?
I shall have to ask you to leave, Mr. Carter. Look here, Adams, I came here to ask you some questions. If you will make an appointment for tomorrow, I shall be happy to meet you in Belgrade. You must leave now.
Well, can you at least lend us a car? Ours is smashed.
Sorry. May we telephone for help? There is no telephone. This way out, Mr. Carter.
What a mean thing.
I'm sure you understand my position. Good night, Mr. Carter and Miss Bowen.
This doesn't beat anything I've ever heard of. Oh. What do we do now?
Walk. Come on.
Don't freeze to death.
No, we won't. Look up.
Up where?
At the corner of the clubhouse.
Hey, aren't those telephone wires?
They are. And Hunch Adams is lying about the phone. I know he was lying about the rest. Quick now. Better duck around to the back of the house.
Nick, what are you talking about?
Howell's murder. He was killed here.
How do you know?
One of those so-called antisocial club members was wearing a swastika ring.
Are you sure?
It was the man in the shooting jacket who passed that. Careful now. This looks like the back door that leads into the clubhouse now. Try to keep our time.
Why that story about antisocial men?
Cover the fact that the man we saw can't speak English.
Huh?
Marshal. Careful now. Yes. The back cellar. Hold the door. Quiet.
Nick, why can't they speak English?
Because they're Nazis. Probably escaped PW prisoners of war.
I congratulate you, Mr. Carter.
Nick, that's Adams.
Don't go. Please raise your hands. I assume you're armed, Mr. Carter. If you reach for your gun, I shall shoot the girl.
Our hands are up, Adams. Take that flashlight out of our eyes.
Your deductions were correct. I had very little hope that my hastily concocted story would fool you. That's why I waited here for your second visit.
Thanks for the hospitality.
I had hoped you would be killed in the crash when I shot out your tires. It's unfortunate you are not.
I don't think so.
But I do, Miss Bowen. You see, I'm afraid I shall have to kill both of you all over again.
It's getting light out, Nick. What time is it?
6 o'clock.
We've been locked up here all night. What's the idea? Adam said he was going to kill us, didn't he?
Yes?
So why wait? What is this? Refined Gnostic torture?
I don't know.
Oh, Nick. Isn't there some way out of this mess?
Probably. Just gotta find it.
Close the door. I think there's a detonate.
Please remain seated. Many years' experience has taught me how to carry a loaded tray in one hand, so convenient when one must carry a loaded gun in the other. There we are. Breakfast.
Thanks. We're not hungry.
I assure you, the food is not poisoned.
Look here, Adams. What's the game you're playing? You've got threatening murder. Why delay?
We're in an extraordinary position, Mr. Carter. As you've already guessed, this is a depot for escaped prisoners of war.
Go on.
An intense debate is in progress downstairs. Opinion is divided. One school of thought advocates your death immediately.
Yes?
A spirited opposition wishes to use you as hostages to ensure safe transport back to the mother country.
You haven't made up your minds yet?
Not yet. I'm going down now. I shall presently return with the final verdict. In the meantime, I would suggest you have breakfast.
Thanks. There's only one thing wrong with this meal, Adams. No cigarettes.
Very well. You may have my pack. Here.
Thank you.
Be sure to save the last two for the execution.
Why do I?
You don't smoke.
I got them for you.
I don't smoke either.
Well, you're going to now. Light up fast. Start smoking.
Start smoke? But why?
I'll show you why later. Just smoke as fast as you can and make sure you save all the ashes. Got them on this plate.
All right, if you say so, I'll try.
Oh, nice going, Patsy. Now, get this window open.
The window. 30 feet above ground, we can't jump. There's no way to climb down.
Now, that's where those telephone wires. See them? They're strung to the house just alongside our window.
Uh-huh.
I think I can just about break them.
Careful, Nick. Oh, your cigarette.
There, I've got them. Now, just get enough play, pull them up. Good. That's slack. Here, take hold of it, Patsy.
I've got him.
Good. Now, Adam's left me my pocket knife. Scrape the insulation off these wires.
What good will that do?
Whether there's a phone on this line or not, it's connected to the central office. Every time we cut these two bare wires together, it completes the circuit. The light flashes on the telephone switchboard. You can send the operator a code signal by means of those flashes.
I get it.
There, now. Now let's start that. S. O. S. 2.
It's bad news, Nick.
The gentlemen below have reached a decision.
And what did they decide?
After 30 minutes spirited debating, it has been decided to kill you at once.
Thanks.
The gentlemen are waiting in the cellar. Take place there. The graves are being dug now.
I more or less expected it. Well, Mr. Adams, I've taken your advice. This is my last cigarette, saved for the execution.
I'm so happy you received the news with equanimity, Mr. Carter. I assure you that I...
Out of the way, Patsy! Now, got his gun. Come on, Patsy.
Right.
Adams is out cold. Now's the time for us to duplicate the process. While his gentle playmates are digging our graves in the cellar, we're going out into the cold world. All right. Let's stop here, the brush. Get organized, Patsy.
Oh, okay, Nick.
Now, look, we're out of the house. We're not out of danger yet. We've only got one gun. And there are at least 12 men with a whole arsenal.
Well, what do we do?
Keep moving. We've got to play cat and mouse with them until there's some response to our SOS. We can't let these Nazis kill us, but we can't lose contact with them. We've got to hold on and wait for reinforcements.
Well, how do we play cat and mouse?
The sleet storm has left enough half-frozen slush on the ground for a footprint. So we're going to leave a trail they can follow. Come on.
Will they follow us?
They'll follow, all right. Why I didn't take Adams with us. I want him to lead the chase.
Which way are you going to let them chase us?
Heading back to our car.
Well, what good will that do?
Worst comes to worst, and help them get her in time. We'll try to make it run on 2 flat tires. Start back to town.
What's that?
Hunter. They're following us, all right. Keep moving.
Oh, Nick, I can see them behind us, way back at the house. They're walking along the line like Indians.
Yes. They're clever, all right. Dressed up in hunting clothes, carrying rifles. They look like a shooting line after pheasant or rabbit. Very clever.
Clever, Nick?
Yes. In case anyone happens to pass on the road, they won't think anything's amiss. They won't realize human beings are being hunted. Just think a party of hunters are out after game.
Oh, golly, this is a mess.
Now, come on. Through this clump of woods.
All right.
Don't think they spotted us yet. They're just shooting to set the scene.
They won't miss our trail.
No,
How come we want to catch sight of us?
I don't know, Patsy.
Sheriff Benton, where are you? Sheriff Benton, this is Patsy calling. Please, hurry up.
All right, Patsy. Save your breath. Come on.
I see our car.
So do I. I also think Adam's gang has seen us. Yes, they spotted us. Those bullets are headed our way.
Now what?
Keep running. We gotta reach the car.
Oh, I'll never make it, Nick.
You can try, Patsy.
Oh, Waldo's fault. We're killed. I'll never forgive him.
Or killed. You want to have a chance? Hey, wait. What's that? Police, sir. There's Lemon coming.
Nick, we're saved by the Marines.
Not yet, Patsy. We're going to pass right by on the road unless we signal to it. I won't realize we're being hunted.
Then how do we signal?
Hey, wait. I'll have to sacrifice the car. It's a long pistol shot, but I think I can make it.
What are you going to do?
Put a bullet into the gas tank of our car. That'll start a blaze. Brennan won't be able to ignore. Now stand by, Patsy. reinforcements we need, Patsy. Adams Club members are really going to be antisocial from now on, back in a prisoner of war camp.
I'm sorry you won't borrow a car to get home, Mr. Carter. It don't seem right letting old Sim Carter's son take the train.
Well, that's quite all right, Lennon. Thanks anyway for the offer.
Mighty nice of you, giving me all the credit for grabbing that gang of PWs.
Well, you deserve it. You got your whole case cold. Charlie Howell evidently heard some of the Nazi gab when he was making his last delivery to the club. Got suspicious and snooped before he drove away. Then was discovered, put up a fight, and was killed. Adams dumped his body in Belgrade Bay when he drove the truck back to the garage.
But what about Adams shooting at our convict? How do you know we were coming?
Well, Patsy, Adams must have been in Mr. Glennon's grocery store when we were going over Howell's delivery schedule. Realized we were on the trail and tried to stop us.
Well, he sure didn't, Mr. Carter. And you sure put the sheriff of Belgrade on the map.
Well, as far as that goes, Patsy and I might have been off the map permanently. You hadn't answered my SOS the instant the phone company reported it.
Well, what happened back at the country club? How'd you get away from Adams?
Oh, that. Why, Patsy was the one who put Adams out of the way.
By smoking 11 cigarettes in half an hour.
Oh, that don't make sense, Nick.
Well, it was an old trick my father taught me. I took the ashes from the cigarettes Patsy smoked and packed them into an empty paper cigarette tube. And then when I pretended to start smoking my last execution cigarette, I simply blew the ashes directly into Adams' eyes. That blinded him so I could take his gun away and knock him out.
So that was it.
What a boss to work for, Sheriff Glennon. A trick in every pocket and 100 up his sleeve.
Mr. Carter, I got an apology to make to you. I once said you were the son of the famous Sim Carter. Well, I take it back. Sim Carter's the father of the famous Nick Carter.
Well, Nick, how about a little preview of next week's story?